One of the dramas of the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is that of the ministers. During the ministerial nominations and then all of those interviews that we had then, we had a lot of issues cropping up here and there with people saying they don't want this minister, they like this one, they don't like. Fast forward 2 years now, these ministers, or maybe 1.5 years if you like, these ministers have been properly inaugurated and commissioned to carry out activities in the country. My name is Damila Arokonla and this is Night.com TV. Today on Street Gist, we want to ask Nigerians, which of these ministers do you think should be sent away? Which of these ministers don't you want to handle the portfolios they are handling presently? Because the way Nigeria is presently is dependent on what functions, maybe not totally, but somehow partially dependent on what these ministers are doing for the country. That's why I want to find out from the streets today if there are some ministers you have in mind who are doing really well. Yes, talk about the good ministers and of course the ministers who are not up to par. So I want to ask the people on the streets the way we always do. Don't forget, we're Night.com TV.
Actually, not really to set packaging. My belief is that the work they give for Ashola is too much for him.
Minister of Works, Power, House.
Whatever. And 3 ministers. Even one, you can hardly handle it very well. No electricity. The road is not working. So what else? Which one is the third one?
Housing.
Housing is not working. And moreover, this man, this information minister, is not working at all. No, I mean that Kwara man.
And that's Shitu now. Adebayo Shitu.
No, not be Adebayo Shitu.
That's communication.
This information minister now.
Lai
Mohammed is not doing his work. He's supposed to let Nigerians know the problem of this country. Can you understand me now? The problem of this country come immediately after Buhari enter. Shall you get me? Now, immediately the money of fuel it fell down in the international market. Can you understand me now? And suddenly, this what are they calling all this Agbero from Delta State? They started bombing pipeline. So that is the bedrock of Wahala where we are still facing now. Because when you talk of a government that has been generated up to $140 a barrel to $150 a barrel, now come to 28 barrel to $30 a dollar a barrel. Where do you think the government can fix the difference? Like you now, maybe you are collecting 150,000 naira in a month. So after they decide to give you 30,000 naira, it's not working.
I don't see anyone that committed any offense. I don't know.
It's not about offense, but the ones that are not working properly, that's what we're talking about.
I can only talk about the one that is working properly, which is Fashola.
Fashola is working.
It's working properly because you can see his action everywhere, most especially in Lagos and Ogun.
Which particular things can you talk about?
For example, like the abandoned bridges that Amosu started that he could not complete. We had the information that Fashola is taking it up, which is I think is more better. If any other minister can work like that, I think Nigeria will be better.
So you think other ministers are not working?
Actually, I've not seen any. I don't know one, but the only one that I know is Fashola. That's all I know.
Are you from Lagos or Ogun State?
I'm from Ogun State.
That's why I think Fashola is working for Ogun State.
And because I can see what he's doing over there.
I think Fashola is working very well. That is all. For them that is not working, I can't mention anyone for you now.
You know Fashola that is working?
Come again?
You know Fashola that is working?
Sure.
What is it doing? Where?
Fashola is doing things like the roads. I think the road in, what do you call it? Many roads have been commissioned.
Like, can you mention like 1 or 2?
Not really. Not really, but he's doing work.
Well, you know he's working?
Yes, he's working.
And he's the only minister that is working?
There are so many ministers that are working for now, but I don't think I can mention their names.
You just are not working that you know?
No, I don't. This person, I don't want to mention those names to you. Yeah.
Tell me my ear.
No need.
You don't want to tell us?
No need.
I think the ADC ones, those APC ones rather, that's Ambode and the likes of them.
I meant ministers, not governors, ministers.
Ministers, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But I think all the ones under APC, they are really doing a very good job.
You know these ones that are not working properly.
I don't.
Maybe one not.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But I've been in Lagos for a while now, so I think Lagos ministers are doing a good.
I didn't.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. Yeah.
I would say Fashola is not working well in terms of the power supply. And then for road construction, I think it's really trying to some extent what we have seen in Lagos. But for other states, I can't say much on that. And then the minister that is not working well, let me look. Minister of Information is terrible. We are not getting informed with what is happening in Nigeria now. I would say we are not well informed. We are not carried along with the president has not been in the country for some time now. We don't know the exact situation around him. So I think I'm cool with that, right?
How about other ministers? Are they working well? Or why did you mention just two? How about other ministers?
Well, I can't talk much about other ministers.
Finance, transport, or communication?
Finance, I'm not much impressed. I'm not much impressed compared to the finance minister we used to have now. Before we used to have Okonjo-Iweala. The one we have here has not impressed me anyhow. And then transport too, that's Amechi. That's terrible. Airports are nothing to write home about. Terrible compared to the standards we have, even in some African countries. You understand? So, and Nigeria is meant to be the giant of Africa, so it's terrible.
How about communication?
Communication, that is also not. I heard that's the only achievement. Well, don't let me say the only achievement. I don't want to sound like what most Nigerians would say. But I learned that one of the achievements recorded is that I think if communication should be ICT too. I think they said then they did industry producing pencil also. That's terrible for information communication sector. Information communication should be one of the revenue generating sector in Nigeria, just as we have in India and other countries. India, Kenya, ICT is really improving. I don't know why we can't just concentrate on that in Nigeria too. So the sector, I've not been impressed so far.
Nigerian minister that is doing well. So me, Fashola.
Okay.
So Fashola is the former governor of Lagos State. Fashola is a very hardworking person, but I can say one point that the work is too much for him. They should reduce one minister. That is what I can say for now.
Okay, which other minister is working well?
Works.
That's Steve Fashola.
Yeah.
How about other ministers? Which one is not doing well that you want to talk about, that you want him to buckle up, or you want the government to just send away?
It's Amechi.
Amechi?
Yeah.
How? Why?
Actually, he has a dubious one or two things. I don't really like the way you do go to different places and started misbehaving. So I don't like that. Even the transport affair is not encouraging. So that's what I can say for now.
So you feel Amechi is the only minister that is not working well?
Yes.
Others are working well, like Lai Mohammed, shit.
They are doing well. Yeah. Okay.
So you want them to continue, those ones that are working well, you want them to continue?
Yeah. Of course.
Only Amechi, you don't like Amechi, I think.
Yeah.
You don't just like him.
I don't like him. Because of the way he's, in fact, it's not working to me. That is it. So, bye-bye. Take care.
Go and find money, eh?
Okay.
Like me and you.
Communication is trying too.
Which one?
I think she's the only one for now.
Why do you think she's working well? Tell me.
The economy of this country is getting better.
How about the ones that are not working well?
They should improve.
Do you know any that you want to talk about?
No, they should just improve.
Sectors precisely, if you want to.
Transportation. Transportation is okay.
It's also okay. You should work on it.
They should work hard. They should put more effort.
We don't get good government. I will try outside Nigeria. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody in my church. I'm not a politician.
You're a Nigerian minister. You said you have anybody in your church?
I don't have anybody in my church. I'm telling you the truth. I don't have anybody. They are not good in a good position. If you vote for them, they fail us. So there's nothing I would think about Nigeria. I only think about my future. Because they are looking for a job for the street. When you vote for somebody, didn't do anything for you, what will you do? There's nothing. Am I say the right thing?
You're right, sir.
Thank you.
Please, I don't want to talk about Nigeria. I'm fed up about them.
Why?
I'm fed up about them. I don't want to talk about them.
Okay, the Minister of Agriculture is seriously working well because we are talking about diversification from the oil sector to the non-oil sector. And I believe doing that and the way forward to see how we can increase the economy of this nation. And the Minister, Honorable Minister himself, Chief Audu Ogbe, is trying his best, seeing all the reform that is going on in the Ministry of Agriculture. I think it's a welcome development. Within a short period of time, I think Nigeria will start counting his blessing. And the sector that actually I'm looking, the other sector that actually I'm looking that he has to improve is the Minister of Solid and Mineral Resources, because we have a lot of mineral deposits in this country that can even do better than agriculture if actually we need to employ into that. But on that area, I believe that yes, the resources is not well being tapped. So the minister has to have a very good reform, look at that sector very critical, because with that, I think Nigeria can move forward. I think it's a very good message at this point of time. Watching us live, I think he can do better if you have a very good reformation agenda. And that has to do Nigeria great.
Okay, but which ministers are not working that you want to talk about, that you know?
All of them are trying, but you know we are in economic recession, a lot of things, not even in Nigeria. They are trying their best, but I think they need to do better. I don't want to be specific, they know, but I just made mention of the solid mineral, which is a major concern. Not that he's not even doing well, but he needs to increase his capacity. Some of them are doing well, and I believe that if they do more than this, we'll have a better Nigeria.
None.
I don't understand.
None of them is working. Because I've not really seen the impact of any one of them. As for me, I don't know about you, I don't know about others. But as for me, I've not seen any one of them working to the satisfaction of the electorate.
What were you expecting from them before that they've not done that?
It's a lot.
At least a few.
Working well. Nigerian minister, I don't even know any minister apart from Tunde Fashola, because I'm not interested in this government. We don't need to be told that this government has no clear vision. They are confused. So when a government has no clear vision, the people will lose interest in participating in the political process. So I have to be frank. I don't know whether they are ministers or not.
Okay. Well, the Fashola you talked about, what has he done that is making you say?
We know him from Lagos. We know him from Lagos. He is an indefatigable leader. You and I know that the man is hardworking, and he is a visionary leader. Despite his, shortcomings, Fashola is a man that if he set his mind to achieve a goal, he does everything, within his ability to achieve it. But the problem at the top is not something one man can achieve. It needs collaboration of different, departments, organs, arms of government. The power problem in Nigeria is an age-long problem. The road shortage is an age-long problem. Housing deficits. As I speak to you, over 30 million Nigerians are suffering from housing deficits. No adequate homes for people to live in, no adequate road networks, no adequate power supply. So these problems are fundamental. No one should expect former Governor Fashola to fix it within 4 years. You ask yourself, what's the GDP of the country and what's federal government revenue? This year's revenue is about 7.1 trillion naira. Now, if you convert it to dollars, that's less than $17 billion. This is not the kind of money that should transform a country. Walmart, worth over $600 billion. Okay? Boeing, worth over $600 billion. Apple, worth over $400 billion. And we are expecting the government to do magic with just $17 billion. How possible? Countries enjoying steady power supply. Nigerians should go and ask how much it costs them to install power. So these things do not come cheap. People should realize the constraints that Fashola is having. You get my point?
But is he the only one who's having constraints?
He is not the only one having constraints. The President Buhari is having constraints. The executive arm of government is having constraints. The National Assembly, the judiciary, you know. In fact, I just feel that the entire system is confused. And the reason why they are confused is simply because they are not working scientifically. You get my point? I don't know how many people ask the question, why is America working and Nigeria is not working? Why are countries of the Western world working and we are not working? One thing makes a difference, not two things. They work scientifically. They apply the principles of science in solving problems. They first of all identify where the problem is. You get my point? Next, they make a plan to solve the problem. They develop, hypotheses, conjectures. You get my point? They contact, experts, consultants to develop blueprints. Then they follow the blueprint conscientiously without corruption. You get my point? At the end of the day, solution comes up. So the system here in Nigeria is not working because we are not dealing with issues scientifically. In the first place, Nigeria as a country does not know how many people that live in its country. We estimate. MBS will tell you the population is about 193 million people. This one will tell you 171. This one will tell you 195. Another source will tell you that we're over 200 million people. What stops the government from conducting census? The last census we had was in 2006. And for a developing country like Nigeria, we should be doing census every 10 years. I expect President Buhari to have conducted census last year. They are shifting the dates because they don't know the relevance of statistics. If a government wants to plan for the nation, that government must work with statistical data. You don't neglect it. As Nigeria is, President cannot tell us the number of Nigerian children out of school. They don't know the number of people homeless who cannot afford apartments. They don't know the number of youth unemployed. They just guess. And when you guess, you cannot be able to solve the problem. You get my point? And when you claim to provide solutions, solution will not be adequate to solve the problem. Because there is nothing like half solution to a problem. Solution must be 100% to solve a problem.
Thank you very much.
This is where Nigeria as a country is getting wrong. Government needs to go back to the drawing board. They should learn from the Western nation. You get my point? They should work scientifically. They should learn to collaborate. It doesn't help us. The court will give judgment, and the executive arm of government is saying that the judgment is not right, and you are like telling the judge to resign. It doesn't work. Before the court gives judgment, they pass through a process. They pass through algorithm. No judge just wakes up and passes the judgment. You get my point? So this is what I mean by collaboration. Because we are not collaborating and because we are not working scientifically, that is why we are not able to provide tangible and workable solution to our problem.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It doesn't get better than that on the streets. You know, when people talk, they talk with sense when they love people on the streets. And of course, in terms of this interview or this street gist, is not to blackmail or badmouth any minister, but to ask that these ministers rise up to their task. That is our duty as journalists, and that is what we are doing right about now. Special thanks to Emmanuel Sodi, the man behind the camera, and of course, Impepe Popola, for ensuring that this live feed was successful. And of course, everybody, just keep watching Nigerian TV. I remain Damilare Okola, and we remain on the streets. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Instagram, and keep watching Nige.com.